passes from the UEC Movie Theater at 9 o'clock. We're joined now by Dr. Larry Shears with Erlanger Medical Center. Doctor, do you have a favorite horror movie? Do you like horror movies?
Not in general. I don't.
I don't either.
I see enough horror throughout the day, so I don't need anything more than that.
Dr. Shears, tell us what you do at Erlanger.
I am currently the chief of cardiothoracic surgery at Erlanger. I've just starting my 9th year here, moved down from Pennsylvania and love it down here. It's a great place.
Well, Doctor, thank you so much for coming. We're honored to have you, and also Megan Gregg from the Public Relations Department at Erlanger doing so many wonderful things. So you have brought, and of course, if you're listening on the radio, go back and look at this on mixtv.tv. You brought something very special, haven't you?
Yes.
Tell us about this.
This is a new device that's just come out to help treating people who are living with heart failure. And when you look at heart failure, that's a big epidemic in our country currently. If you look currently, we have about 6.5 million people that are living and dying with heart failure per year. But at the end of the decade, which is only 5 years and 2 months away, is projected to be 8.7 million at that point in time.
Why? What's happening, Doc? Why is that so high? That's a high number.
Yeah, it's part of our population. As the baby boomers are now reaching the age where this is really an age-related phenomenon. They're all coming to the age where they're going to have problems with heart failure. And so the numbers are rapidly increasing. It's all related a lot of times to heart disease with heart attacks, people with high blood pressure, valve problems, diabetes, our diet, sedentary lifestyles. It all promotes us having issues with heart failure over time.
We're joined by Dr. Larry Shears. He is the chief heart and thoracic surgeon, I believe, yes, at Erlanger Medical Center. Let's talk about this device. What does it do?
So what this device is doing is trying to neuromodulate what's going on with heart failure. We have a parasympathetic and a sympathetic nervous system that was designed that in the early ages, if we had cut our hand off and started bleeding, typically you would think you're going to bleed to death, but our brain tells our vessels to squeeze down and stop the bleeding. So the resistance to blood flow goes up a lot. We also, our brain is told to quit making urine so that we get more blood into our system. And so those are natural compensatory mechanisms that actually also occur in heart failure, because what tells the brain to start constricting down these blood vessels are these little receptors in your carotid artery. And when you don't have enough blood in your system, it tells the brain, stop peeing, constrict these blood vessels. In heart failure, the same thing's going on because the heart's pushing out less blood at any one point in time, even though there's a lot of blood there. These sensors in your carotid artery aren't getting stretched. And so it's telling your brain, I'm bleeding to death, or I don't have enough blood. And so it tells your heart, your vessels to constrict and quit making urine. That's the exact opposite of what you want to do for heart failure. The medications we treat people with heart failure are designed to relax these blood vessels. And we give them diuretics. So patients that have heart failure are always complaining, I'm up all night having to go to the bathroom, because that's the medication we have to treat it. What this device does is I take a little receptor and I put it on the carotid artery, and this is like a little pacemaker. It's implanted right just like a pacemaker. And what it's doing is telling those stretch receptors that we're doing fine. It's triggering it and telling all the time, which tells the brain, I'm doing okay. I don't have to vasoconstrict these arteries. I don't have to save urine. And so when that goes on, it turns off the natural cascade, and it gives you what we're trying to treat patients with reducing the resistance so the heart can eject more each time.
So this is now available at Erlanger.
It's only at Erlanger. We're the only place in this region that has this currently available, and we've already started implantations, and patients are loving it. If you look at people that have this, what we're trying to do is reduce their level of heart failure. And if you look at 1 year, 75% of the people that have this have already reduced by at least one whole class of heart failure.
Wow.
Most of them are down to almost barely symptomatic class 1 heart failure symptoms at a year. Their reduction in all-cause mortality or need for heart transplantation or artificial hearts is reduced by a third just with having this device in.
So we're joined by Dr. Larry Shears, Chief of Heart Surgery and Thoracic Surgery at Erlanger Medical Center. So you probably struck a chord with so many people in this area and then, of course, in this nation who have heart failure. You've struck an interest, I'm sure. So would people maybe go to the Erlanger website or something, call Erlanger if they have
Yes, they call our Heart Lung Institute is always available. We have one of the few board certified heart failure cardiologists at Erlanger with Patrick Stevens. He and I work together in taking care of a lot of these patients. They'll come in, go through the routine things that we'll be checking for these patients. And if they meet the qualifications for it, it's easy to get enrolled in and get this device placed.
While you're here, and of course what you do on a daily basis, are there things you tell people that you say, you know what, you could cut your risk? Are there risk factors? Are there ways to, slow this down?
Yes, part of it's medication, but there are a lot of lifestyle changes that people can make with your diet. If you have problems with diabetes or high blood pressure, take your medicines, see your doctor, do the right things, get in a good exercise regimen. I tell everybody that you don't have to go out and run marathons. Just get in a good walking program.
How long do you recommend?
As far as you can go. For people with heart failure, the problem is that might just be across a Walmart store. But each day walk as far as you can, rest, go a little farther, and each day it just adds to it. Get up and do the walking. We used to have a Walk with the Doc program, and we need to get that going again at some point in time, where they go out and do a walk during the week with our cardiologist, or I used to do it with them as well. There's nothing better than just getting up and walking around and doing the things we know we're supposed to do. Even though you've had heart surgery or whatever, doesn't mean you can never go to the Denny's and have the Grand Slam breakfast.
Oh, come on.
But you don't want to do it every day.
Not every day.
So.
Well, Doctor, it's a true pleasure meeting you, and you're obviously changing and saving lives at Erlanger, and we really appreciate that very, very much. And I understand you're a friend of Mike Griffin.
That's correct.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Don't hold that against me.
Well, Mike's on the beach right now, as usual, and I know that you'll join me in hoping he's fired from the Chamber of Commerce. He is the worst director we've ever had.
Yeah, but he's been an awesome board member for Erlanger for several years and a great friend.
And his friend Jim Coleman, the CEO now, is also from Cleveland.
That's right. We have a big Cleveland connection here with Erlanger.
Well, we're honored that you came, sir, very, very much. Thank you for what you're doing. And if you're interested, maybe you or someone you know suffering from heart failure, this is a wonderful new opportunity for people, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And we appreciate you letting us be on air today and share this with the community, because this is a game changer for people who have heart failure. It's
a game changer. Well said. Megan, great to have you also. Hello to our friends, my friend Chris and everybody down at Erlanger in the PR and marketing department. Thank you very, very much. All right. We're going to take a break right here. When we come back, there is a lot